Thank you very much, comrades. It is with great pride and pleasure that I stand before the Sinn Fein conference once again. I was once here very briefly 10 years ago. And it is always so refreshing and re-energizing to be among Sinn Fein comrades, because there's a way in which it always feels like an ANC conference. But I think here I see a lot of maturity and calmness. Maybe we are not always that calm as you are. But something else that I found interesting this time is being able to observe the method of voting on resolutions. It reminded me of my years in Parliament. So that is something we have in common between the ANC and Sinn Fein, because we call the ANC the People's Parliament. It looks to me like Sinn Fein is also a People's Parliament, because here you sit and you look at issues, and I hear that what resolutions come here are those that are decided upon by your basic unit that is in every town and locality. Comrades, indeed, we have a lot in common. I was listening this morning to a young lady who was speaking here, and after her, her father was standing here also speaking. And I said, here again, I see similarities where our children have grown up in families that know nothing but struggle and passion and love for our people, and even a preparedness to lay our lives, because Sinn Fein has also lost a lot of comrades over the years through one situation or another where they were prepared to lay down their lives. In the same way, of course, as I know has happened in other parts of the globe, just like with Palestine. That is another struggle that we support and we are always going to be part of. Our children have grown up sharing their parents with the love and passion that the parents have for activism, for leadership, for selflessness, for sacrifice. And I think that these are things that we must be proud of and must continue to pass on to the future generations. I see a lot of young people among this conference here, and I believe that it is a good thing and something that gives hope for the future, to know that there are children who are going to take over leadership from those of you that have spent decades and decades in the struggle for the liberation of your people and for the rights of the Irish people. Comrades, I want to say that we have been with you in this journey. We know that earlier on I met Comrade Jerry Adams, and we went through some of those moments where we exchanged, whether it was during the anti-apartheid struggle, where the Irish people were with us in the trenches, or when later we were back at home and we were holding the hands of our comrades into a process which was very difficult to come to terms with, but which is the only way, where people have to negotiate with themselves, have to disagree, but agree that they have to listen to one another, because even when you get into the structures of governance, even when you get into your parliament, you have to listen to one another, you have to compromise, you have to build on tolerance, you have to accept that you will always disagree, but that every view counts. And it's also important that everyone, even the ones that you disagree with most, has the space to express that view on which you differ. And we are saying we celebrate with you the advances that have been made since some of the comrades have gone into some of those institutions that you never imagined yourself being part of. I saw Comrade McGuinness this morning, and I celebrate that today I see him wearing a tie and being this important person that represents the views of a very important section of Ireland. For us as ANC, Sinn Fein is like our own comrades. So every year we will always do our best to come and be with you. And I wish also to take this opportunity to share with you that we are approaching a very important moment in the history of the ANC, when in 2 years' time we shall be 100 years old. Under the theme, Unity in Diversity, we have embarked on a process of preparing for the 100 years celebration, which will take place throughout 2012. And we would like to invite all our comrades, like the PLO, like Sinn Fein and other parties all over the world, to please come in and find ways of celebrating with us, but not only celebrate at that point, but to already start looking at what we have shared together in this journey of 100 years, and together recording those very important lessons, because we believe what it is we are going to celebrate is a journey that is not just ours as the ANC. It belongs to the people of South Africa, it belongs to the people of Africa, it belongs to the world. It is as much our celebration as it is yours. So in the same way that you were with us in the trenches during the struggle, we would like you to be with us when we record that journey, but also when we celebrate the time and the achievements that have been recorded in the 100 years that we will be finishing on January the 8th, 2012. So comrades, we are praying also, and please pray with us, that our old man Madiba, that he would still be with us also in 2012 when the ANC celebrates 100 years. Comrades, we are here and we will continue to come to be together, as you will also continue to come to our conferences as we invite you. We unfortunately wouldn't afford having conferences every year. As I told you, our conference is 5,000, and probably as time goes it will be more than that. We will run out of venues very soon. But the reason we need to continue to meet is because we have a responsibility not just to our own members. We have a responsibility also not just to Irish people or South African people. We have a responsibility to make sure that we create a peaceful world, a world where justice is the order of the day, a world where all the issues that are put forward in this conference, in resolutions, are just a way of life. They are not something around which people have to fight and die for or die around. So I really believe that we should strengthen one another when we come together in conferences like this, so we continue to have the strength and the passion to take this responsibility and to move forward with it, because the world and the future generations deserve it. Our people who came before us died, but we are here and we should make sure that our children inherit a better world. Thank you very much, comrades.